Welcome back. It is the Beating Bam Westside Edition. That's kind of tough to say. Westside Edition. There we go. With the DGVPT coming up and Westside being the first event featured right after this event ends, actually, just like a day or so break after Beating Bam before the Westside DGVPT event. And Westside put up over $250 in real world prizes for the winners of this event. I want to do everything I can to help you prepare and be ready, and part of that is giving a dry run. DGVPT is 2 events. Beat Bam is 1 event, 4 rounds. We play through the first of the DGVPT events, all using the Westside bag. So hopefully you get some tips and ideas from my playthrough here, some of what to do and some of what not to do using the Westside bag. There's a little bit of both in this video I'm about to play for you. This event is going to close on Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. As always, translate that over to your time zone. The event code is BAM20. First place is getting their choice of molten attributes with whatever stamp they choose from the I Beat Bam collection. Anybody who beats Bam this time around is getting the blue I Beat Bam stamp with an accurate glide Sampo, keeping up the West Side theme going. Of course, there is a prize for going bogey free. You also get the accurate glide Sampo with the smiley stamp. And for CTP, to watch the video, see what the CTP is going to be in there, to get your chance for a custom putter or throw in mid-range if you don't use a putter in your bag. And as always, there's a members prize. So the channel members, appreciate your guys' support so much. It helps a ton with keeping things moving forward and keeping me building up for some big real world prizes that we'll have coming out in the future. Channel members have weekly events and some exclusive events, fun insights where we get together and hang out with each other as well. Feel free to join channel memberships. There's a link below this video. Join if you want to get in there. Let's go and jump into round 1. Here we go. Round 1, Westside Bag, Call of All Legends. I am unreasonably nervous about this because I put so much practice in trying to get ready for the Westside DGVPT. It just made me question things a lot more. I feel like I have a lot of pressure to perform well. The bear gets here on backhand. You, of course, can go forehand with the Sampo instead, but the bear gets safely up here for a little bit longer throw in. But I'm okay with this because of the way the terces flies so much like the fuse. 70, 80, 90, because it's a little bit uphill here. And get this sway to the right a bit. They go, starting out with a birdie. That feels good to start strong there. On hole 2, I stopped going for this basket. I actually take the bear, go down low, and put some anhyzer on this. And this is what I'm going for. Down over here, just to make sure I actually have a look at that basket. 60 feet away is just fine here with those 70 up the hill. And get this sway up to the right. Boom. Love when it started strong like that. I feel like when I try to go for that basket, a lot of times I hit roots. I jump off the backside, end up in the drop zone. Just going short is a smart play there. Here is a sword, glide sticky sword. And we just go straight up the gap and hope to miss some trees down there. There we go. Get it down. This is my goal for the DGVPT, is just don't mess up. Or mess up as little as possible, I guess. You don't have to get all the crazy ones, I think, to win the DGVPT. I think you just need to be able to do good enough. And I think good enough is just not messing up. Let's try to remember this angle. This flies very similar to a paradigm, a little bit more turn, and then it comes out a bit more. Okay, got a tree. So it's my first mistake I need to try to solve. Is this going to be Prince down here? If I can hit this gap, I'm good. But if I miss that gap, I'm going to potentially have some trouble. I don't really have a good way around here on the left side. So I think my play has to be to go for that gap and hopefully get out. Get out, get out. Nope. Missed the gap. So this is going to be the birdie. That's definitely a bummer in a 1-wind, especially if it's a hole that I practiced and felt like I had a good line on. But when you get a little bit too far to the right, it's easy to run into that trouble. That said, though, it's birdie. Dropping 1 stroke and not a catastrophic failure is kind of, honestly, not that bad. It's get that sway up. And there's the catastrophic failure. Oh, no. That's got to stop. That a little bit more turn in the Tursus than the fuse is what got me on that one. Yes! I love this wind. Because you can go here a little bit lower. And then a half disc of Anheuser. A little bit of power off. And the wind does all the work for you to get that Prince going straight. It's a long throw-in with a 3 wind. I'm a little bit less confident right now after that miss on the last hole. But let's see here. 90 feet. We'll go 60 on the raised basket. Oh my goodness. No, no, no. No, 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 Bam. All right, need to do more Terces practice. I think I did a lot of the tee shots, and I didn't focus enough on figuring out how to actually, hit the drives as well. The destiny here, just get by the tree. Just get by the... Don't... Oh, no! No, no, no. These are the blow-ups that can't happen. These just can't happen. Let's see. 50, 60, 70, 80. Gonna have a little bit more turn. Let's try to make sure we're at least getting the basket. No. All right, well, I was having a lot of confidence for DGVPT, but now I'm going to need to question a little bit. 3 strokes dropped already. Terces is good here. Where is our Terces? I think with this wind, we just go straight pull, no? A little bit on the right side, but it works out, and we'll putt with the Terces. Actual putting motion. So I dropped 3 strokes there if I'm perfect. But honestly, it's not terrible. Oh, no. More because I took that par. It's not fantastic. We'll go Sampo. And I really want to make sure I don't end up in that lava on the right side. I think this is going to work out well. Fade. There's fade. And the slippery lava. Oh, no. No, no, no. This is a rough wind. Par is going to... Or birdie is going to have to be okay here. Don't love it. I'm worried if I go over the top, I might hit that. Let's try and just a little touch. Oh, go in. Ha! That would have been a sweet eagle. All right, down low here, though, we can go putting motion. It's a big raised putt that I actually don't love. Get it up there because I don't love this finger putting motion. All right. Got it in, though. Got the 3. And then finally, on call of all a 9, what's our wind going to be? It's actually a good win for the Destiny with how flippy it is. Come on back, Destiny. Come on back. Oh, no, guys. Oh, no. So they're going to, safe, but totally missing the Mando. Hopefully going to have to turn this into the birdie. Bear here. Get to the pit. Get to the pit. Close to the pit. We have, was it 3 or 4? 3 wind. So this should be doable on a 3 wind. We'll throw this 70 down the hill. There we go. So dropping a few strokes of Call of All Legends. I'm going to get a little bit more practice in with the Terces for the throw-ins before I get to the rest of these courses. Let's go and jump now into round 2. I took some time. I practiced these tee shots a bit more. Hopefully I can show you something cooler on Highlander's Ridge. And of course, it's not a great wind. My plan was to go with the bear here. But I think with this wind, I need to disc up to Sampo and take some power off. That power off is going to give me some ground play here. Thankfully, it's this back wall, and it kicks me the right direction. A lot of forgiveness there if you go long. I will putt with the maiden down this hill. And starting with the birdie, not a super confident birdie, because the bear was where I practiced most there. And knowing I needed to disc up if the wind was bad. Oh, yikes. I really wanted to be able to use bear here too. I think I can. Bear, plenty of Anheuser. Make sure I get around the corner. There we go. Over this one rock, and we're here. As long as it's not the 3 headwind. If it's a 3 headwind here or a 3 adverse wind, you have to disc up to the Sampo, and then you're dealing with the potential of you have to disc up and power down because too much power sends you right over that hillside. We go water skip Prince, and this isn't a great wind in general, so our goal is just to get safe over here. And is it safe? I mean, it's safe. A lot longer out than I would have liked. It's gonna have to be, well, maybe it's sword. I don't think I'm going for the island. I think I'm going for this area here. But there's certainly danger of hitting that wall and not making it. But I think the sword will clear. Clear and okay, now skip over. Well, I was hoping for a stop on the right side, but I will take that skip over and the tap in birdie instead. It's crazy. I've done a lot of work actually, playing pretty much exclusively with this Westside bag for the last couple weeks. And I thought I was pretty good with it, but I'm finding more and more issues. Oh gosh, no, 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 no. Huh. Where I actually realize I don't understand the disc as well as I thought I did. I think I have to go Prince here and just get to the back wall. That turn, no, you've got to be kidding me. And the luck factor on my side. Holy moly. I'm not sure the Sampo would have made it in that headwind. So I was trying to get the Prince back here into that corner. But that little bit of turn the Prince has over the Rive was not something I was great at managing. All right, here's a one wind. So see if we can do something cool here. Destiny. This pretty much exactly what I want to do. We give it that hyzer angle because you need to kind of hyzer flip this to get some of these lines you want. Terces. And it's about 160, 150, 160. I'm going to go a little bit extra because my miss is commonly low. And there's a low miss still. It's okay though. I'll take -9 through Highlander's Ridge. As I really think for DGVPT, winning this event is going to take, it's not going to take that much. I think it's going to take being clean. Let's go bear on the backhand here because the wind is pushing us that way. I think it's going to take being clean, but not necessarily a ton of bonus strokes. I think the least mistakes is going to win out way more than the most bonus strokes. I could be totally wrong, though. It's the gaps in these bags you have to manage the most, like this gap between the glide sample and the Prince isn't too much, but between the sticky bear and the glide sample, it kind of forces you to do more powering down. So I feel it's like 2/3 power. And my goal is to hit this hillside further to the left than that. I'm going to have a trickier throw in than I would like here. We are going to throw it in, even though it's going to the putting motion. Let's do some math here. It's 50, uphill is 70. I'm going forehand in the forewind, throw it with 50. Yes, DGV math, let's go. On 8, what's our wind? A trickier wind. My main goal, especially with this wind, I think that eagle is pretty much out of play. So I just want to get up there and safe. And it gets safe. It's going to get safe. And it's not going forward enough with, the strong wind and discs I don't know that well. We're going to chuck it up to the bottom. We'll take our birdie, see if we can get out of Highlander's Ridge with a -9. That would be a pretty big victory. And I know I'm going to need to be clean and really minimize those mistakes for the rest of these rounds after what I did in round 1. All right, the wind has me going Sampo. Wait a minute. I need to think out here more. I'm not totally sure. A little bit of power off, give it the hyzer angle. Sneak by, sneak by. There we go. Let's go. We've got Highlander's Ridge, a minus, do I say it now? A -9 through Highlander's Ridge. I will take that. That feels like a big victory here with the Westside bag. I'm feeling good after Highlander's Ridge, so no breaks, no additional practice here before going to Northern Lights. See if we can get something kind of cheeky with the Destiny. It feels like could be very difficult to get here. My goal here, honestly, is still birdie, rolling the right way, and we'll get a good look there. It's almost a nice feeling to knock it down there. Go harp on this one. It's almost a nice feeling to knock it down for the look and, oh gosh, stop. Knock it down for the look and have the temptation to go for the eagle because it's not my great throwing disc with the terces, and not my best throwing disc with the terces, and just bring that risk into play. Safe birdie is good though. This one is a bear. And go right about here. I'm worried about giving this too much hyzer because it's shorter. The hillside works in my favor there. We're 73 feet with the terces. We'll go 70. I think it's a little bit downhill. Just a smidgen. I want this sway over to the right a little bit more. Right and down. There we go. Gotta wait for that good sway, whatever that means to you. I can't say there's always a science to the sway for a throwing like that. Let's wait until it feels good. This wind does not feel good. Okay, so I knew going into this, I'm okay with par on this hole. Let's see if I can get something princely down here. Stop in. This should get down and get in. And now a second shot. 588. Doesn't feel good with the Sampo. Give it some height. And if this gets down, okay, maybe some ground play is going to give me a look. Ground play, ground play. There we go. Sampo does it. Prince to Sampo. I was considering on this hole whether I was going to potentially even just like chuck it way down there out the left side. If it was a big tailwind, I might have considered just chucking it out the left side and getting to the far drop zone, guaranteeing par at worst. Still the birdie chance if I make the drop zone. But that headwind, you can disc up and get a good look there. Okay, the wind makes it a little tougher. I'm going to go Sampo and just get this in is the goal. There we go. This will be in. And then throwing into a pretty big headwind here. I'm trying to decide between bear and Sampo. Usually I'm up a little more like here. And so I'd be going with a forehand Sampo. But I'm not confident it makes it there. Let's go here. Turn itself a bit. All right, a little bit of a bit at it. But it's up here safe. And honestly, we will take safe. This is far enough away of some weird angles. I'll actually throw it in rather than putting down the 40. All right, so far so clean on Northern Lights. We got past 3. That was one of the tougher ones. Tersas, I will go with my typical fuse line. Get up the gap. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I practiced this line one time in practice mode, and that's exactly what happened right there. I hit that rock. I was like, oh, that's a freak accident. That won't be something that happens again. Of course, there it is. Happens again. I still think that's a good line. Sampo, I can't just go with my typical default aim stuff here. Get the Sampo up and over. Oh no. Oh no, we just got to rethrow. Too much in the way, not bear. Go Sampo. Up and over. Hopefully it's not the same mistake again. Get down here safe. Alright, it's safe. This is a rough bogey. Hopefully bogey. With this tree in the way, I don't know. I think I can get into this, but I don't even know. Okay. Under for the bogey. At least not a double. But that's rough. That is one whole default aim musket. It works so well. But it's not default aim Sampo. It's not default aim bear. You got to make some adjustments there. Let's go Destiny over the top here. The skip sounds nice to work with. It'll give us a little bit more hyzer. So we can flip it up here and get out to our first landing zone. Second landing zone is on the middle island. There you go. Prince on the forehand up here. Lots of space when you land it up here. Then this throw in. Let's see if we can spike a prince in this right side. That is close off the top. Now I got a steep angle throw, and I don't love this throw in. I think I need to go like 30 power. All right, got the 30 power. And got that birdie. 8 is a potentially tricky one. I played around with a lot of ideas here. I think I settled with the forehand prince is the right way. One thing I messed with was like even potentially throwing the sword like way down here. But I ended with the prince. Oh, where's default height? There's default height. On an Anheuser forehand out here. And I don't love this miss to the right. That tree is actually fantastic. I'm happy to hit that tree and stay further out here to the left side. And then we could just toss the prince down here. And normally I'm flexing my rive a little bit, but that prince has that teensy bit of built-in turn. That works as well to get around the corner down low. 62 feet with the tersas. And there we go. So I'm taking note of holes that I need to go practice more before DGVPT. Like that Northern Lights miss, that was rough. Was that hole 6? I don't even know the whole numbers really. Here we go here. A little bit of Anheuser on it because it's a Sampo. Missing the gap, but I think this is potentially okay. We might still have a good look right about from the drop zone distance here. Certainly missed the gap we were going for. We go 110 on this one. Hope there's no collision. Well, there's no collision because I cheated to the right after missing my angle. And ending with a final par. So drop stroke there. 1. The bogey was 2 drop strokes. So 4 strokes off on this one as well. Let's see if we can finish out strong. With Frozen Valley, we do our best to finish strong here. Frozen Valley is the one, and I'm probably going to regret saying this, but I'm kind of like least worried about. Oh, go in the basket. Go in the basket. Oh, mainly because I've practiced these probably the most out of any hole. Oh. Talking instead of throwing. All right, I practice more than any other hole I've done. Any other course. So I can hopefully not mess these up as much. Sword out here. I would be going Sampo if this is going in the water. This is going in the water. Oh my gosh. Yeah, par. Clown, bam. This is the one I'm worried about the least. Starting out double par. Hopefully double par. This has, bogey potential after getting in here. I needed to get in and actually practice these. Can I get under that collision? I don't know if I can get under that collision. So I'm going to go forehand out here and hopefully just clear over everything and going bogey. Oh no. Let's try to save something lucky here, but this would be an incredible save. Unlikely. And there is bogey already on hole 2. Yikes. All right, got to get more practicing. I'm not so worried about hole 1. The hole 2 and that 3 wind. All right, this one here. I decided between forehand and backhand. I think backhand is my preferred play here. Right here below with the prince and a full disc of Anheuser. This is absolutely perfect. Yes. The great thing about this is that the miss, don't you get in that water, the miss drops you off just off the ice anyway. So you still have a good look for the birdie. The forehand, I think, is also a very viable play at this, kind of that same spot. And then a forehand with like a half disc of Anheuser. However, if the forehand gets safe on the snow, has a potential to be really ugly and get like 150 feet away. Let's go Prince here. Take Aaron Christensen's line. See if it can work. No, it's too tight. Now I just need to stay safe. That's the goal. Nope. Oh, no. Bear, like, here. Try to save it. Not going to save it. We're going another par. I thought I was going to feel good about Frozen Valley, but there's where that confidence gets you. I knew in a one wind I wanted to run that, but I thought I was going to be doing better than that. Let's go here. Flex the corner. Oh, no. I mean, it's not terrible. This is still birdie, but there's no eagle in play at all after that throw. Bear is down here to tap in birdie. All right, let's finish strong these last few at least. Yikes. The bear gets here, not with a ton of room to spare. So I'm going to go towards the shortest section here, but it gets here safe. I don't like throwing the sample at that because it has so much more ground play. That has the potential to go wildly long or do some, it's like interesting stuff, but stuff I just don't want to be happening there. This is Sampo because this wind. Normally this would always be the Prince would be my typical play there, but that wind pushed me that far over. That Prince has potential to take off to the depths of those trees back here. And I really like to stay out of those. Oh, these winds are testing my lines. Sampo. Get safe. Oh, am I out of the trees is the question. I think I can avoid this tree collision through this 70 feet of power. Birdie? Got the birdie. And 9 is one. I spent so much time practicing 9. What's our wind going to be? And it's a 1 wind, which is going to make us even more embarrassed if I don't get it. This can get around the corner. And around the corner is the main goal. This isn't going to be tight enough. Oh, it's not going to be tight enough probably to have the eagle look. Or maybe. Okay, a long eagle look. But see, the flippiness of the Destiny compared to like Arrive creates a lot of danger. Now I'm just going to harp this down there. Creates a lot of danger in that straightening out and getting over here when it's on its way down. So we'll go something like this. Nope. No luck there. We'll finish with the birdie, the 1 eagle on 3. And clearly, I still have some more work to do for DGVPT. Hopefully, on at least some of these holes here, you got a couple lines that'll help you out. Like Frozen Valley 3, maybe you can learn that one. Get something out of these. Good luck with this event in Bean and Bam. And as always, stay bogey free.